Welcome to episode 1 of Fish Species ID. Today we will be talking about the species of fish you are most likely to encounter on the water, as well as introducing some techniques used to catch these fish. If you want to know more about which locations to find these fish, please check out our other video, How to Fish. Get started in Fishing Part 1, Fishing Theory Episode 1, Locations. Disclaimer: we will mention several common fish species found in the United States and various popular and effective techniques used to catch them. Please be aware that depending on where you live in the United States, it may be illegal to fish for certain species of fish mentioned in this video due to conservation and other factors. Also, please note that certain fishing techniques may be illegal in your state, so please check your state's Fish and Wildlife website for local regulations. We will be kicking the series off with one of the species of fish that is beginner-friendly as well as one of the easiest to catch. That's right, the bluegill. Bluegill are a small round-shaped species of fish that is found in every state except for Alaska. Whether you are fishing in ponds, lakes, rivers, or creeks, you could almost always catch one of these little guys. The average size for bluegill is usually about 3 to 10 inches, even though they could get bigger than that. They typically weigh under a pound, so you do not need very heavy and expensive gear to fish for these little guys. Unless, of course, if you want to purposely target the bigger ones that are over a foot, maybe you need some slightly heavier gear. The world record bluegill is 4 pounds 12 ounces at 15 inches long, which was caught in Ketona Lake, Alabama. Putting a little piece of worm on a size 8 to 14 hook is one of the easiest and effective ways to catch some bluegills. However, these bluegills are probably going to be pretty small, so we won't suggest you eat them. You could either catch them for the fun of it, or use them as bait for bigger fish. If you do want to catch some good eating-sized ones, you could fish for them with small crankbaits, inline spinners, as well as crappie jigs. With these lures, you are almost guaranteed to catch fish over 8 to 10 inches, though you are not going to catch nearly as many as with worms. So the decision is up to you. Bigger but less fish, or smaller but more fish. With lures, one of the most important things to bluegill fishing is to keep things small. 1/32 ounces and smaller for the jig head weight work well, and for lures in general, the length should be under 2 inches, ideally an inch or so. For rod and reel, you should be able to get away with ultralight or a light combo with a 6-pound mono. In terms of fly fishing, you could be able to get away with a 2 to 3 weight fly combo, and maybe a 4 weight if you want to catch some big ones. For line, you typically want either a floating line for dry fishing or a slow sinking line for wet flies. As mentioned before, bluegills are pretty small fish, so for leaders and tippets, you could get away with 5x or to 7x or even 8x. Since choosing flies are basically match the hatch, it's a good idea to try to find out what bugs or aquatic creatures the bluegill are biting on by asking your local fly fisherman or by observing what the local bluegills are feeding on. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.